What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if it's your first time. The channel name is Desire is Fire, and to kick off this video for the great piece of uplifting news, I actually just read about them lifting a ban that was in Saudi Arabia. The first theater in 35 years opened up to the showing of Black Panther, and men and women were both allowed to attend and view this together. It sounds like there is, I'm not up on knowing a whole lot about different sections of the world and their rules and their laws, but a very huge step toward progress with women has been made because the new Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, I hope I'm saying his name right, but he just passed a lot of legislation allowing women to vote, to drive cars, to do a whole lot of different rights that so many other women may take for granted now, but who haven't been allowed to do it up to this point. So he's pushing for a more open Islam is what he was saying and what the article was saying. Again, this was found on thegoodnewsnetwork.org. That's the site where I've been getting these good pieces of news. But it's just a really awesome, energizing piece of news that I was reading about. There are actually a couple other pieces that I want to brush on real quick. Lately I've just wanted to at least say one thing, but there were a couple things that still stood out in my mind. There was an autistic boy who made a ship model of the Titanic out of Legos, and it was so impressive that it's actually now on display at the ship's museum. That was something that was really awesome. And then also an NFL player from the San Francisco 49ers, I believe his name was Don Jones II. He attended a special needs prom with a special needs girl. He knew her because his mother taught her since she was in elementary, and he had promised to attend prom with her, and he followed through. Flew out there to Alabama and went to prom, and just really heartwarming story that I read about. Again, you can check these pieces of news out or browse it anytime. I mean, there's always been good stuff when I've looked on there, but it is goodnewsnetwork.org. So go check it out anytime. Really uplifting stuff. And now to today's video. The subject that I want to talk on is making your own rules. So many of us have grown up being told how things have to be or how things are, as if it's inevitable. Things have to be tough. It has to be really tough, if not improbable or impossible, to attain certain things from this programming that we've been told or things that we've heard. It may or may not be our parents. It may be teachers, it may be friends, it may be other peers, it may be someone that we look up to as being someone very influential in our lives. It could be someone on the television or on the radio that we hear. But what you need to realize and decide right now, if you haven't already, is you get to decide the rules. You get to make up the rules for your own life. As I've said many times, anything is possible. You can go out there and get anything and everything that you want. As long as it does not take away the rights of others or interfere with their rights, you can go get it. So whatever you've been told beforehand, toss that to the side. If you think that it is going to take every ounce of your blood, sweat, and tears to get what you're wanting to get, then that is going to be what it takes, because that's what you're programming into your mind, is that it is going to be excruciatingly hard to get it. And I mean, that's fine if that's how you want to get your goal, as long as you are willing, if you're expecting it to be this tough and you're willing to put in the work, then if that's the way you want to go about it, go after it. Make up in your mind that you will never give up. That's the most important thing. Have faith that you're going to attain it. but then refuse from the get-go that, or decide from the get-go, decide from the get-go that you will not give up. You will persist the entire way until you have it. But like I said, your thoughts that you are programming into your mind, those are laying things out for how it's going to be. So, I mean, I think it requires work on our parts for anything that we are wanting. But if we are letting the universe take control and we're going with our instincts, our intuition, and our inspiration, all these hunches that are coming to us and nudging us, then it's not going to feel like much work, if it even is. It's going to be inspired, so you're going to just act on it. Make sure you act on any inspired thought that you have. Don't delay, don't procrastinate. But try, like I said, unless this is the route you want to take, but try to not let it become this huge thing looming over you, like this is going to be the hardest thing I'm ever going to have to tackle. Because then, if you're saying that, then of course it's going to be that way. I'm not saying it's not going to be tough. It may or may not be. I don't know, because I'm not in your shoes. I'm not in your thoughts, so I don't know what kind of thoughts you have right now, or what your mindset is like, or where it's at right now, or where it's going to be when you're chasing your goal. But figure out right now how you want to be programming your thoughts and expecting your goals, expecting the work that you're going to be doing toward it, and be thinking how this whole process is going to be. If you're selling a certain product and you have figured out, I need to sell this amount to reach this amount of money to be able to get this, however you have it laid out, then don't just be thinking, this is how much I have to do. Be thinking, okay, this is how much I'm going to sell. I can picture myself selling this right now. I can picture going to these places and selling to someone that I'll find in this part of my sales area. This is just an example. This is just if you are going to be working in selling something. It doesn't have to be sales. Like I said, I'm not in your shoes, so I'm not sure how you're going to reach your goal or what your goal even is. But just expect how you want it to be and think about how you want it to be and put that out there. Picture how it's all going to be and visualize it as if it's already been done, as if tomorrow when you go, like I said, if you're selling a product, okay, I will reach these many people that will buy my product. Not anxiously, like doubting it, like, oh, I hope. No, I will. Like, not like, oh, I really hope I can convince myself. No, I will go sell these 2 accounts, or 3, 5, 1, however many it is. That's just an example if you're going to be selling a product, or if you are in sales. If it's a hobby that you're working on, if you're working on it toward a goal of bringing in money or something like that, then focus on your hobby. I mean, that's a lot of times what makes it so much funner and easier, is because you are working with something that you love, or in a field that you love. So you're going to be very passionate about it. You're probably going to get things done a whole lot easier and be able to really, really stick with it. I mean, you should stick with whatever you're working toward to get to your goal. I mean, like I've said also, persistence is a must, but when you're working in your hobby, just think, how am I going to reach this audience that I'm working toward with my hobby, whatever the subject is. Even if it's nothing you're selling, maybe your goal is that you want to create something that just wows yourself, that just blows your mind, that you're capable of this. If it's art or a piece of music, I'm just saying ideas that are coming to my mind. It doesn't always have to be about money or about a profit. Whatever your goal is, if it's your health, picture how your health is going to be, what your numbers are going to be like. You know, if you're thinking about cholesterol, body fat, the body type that you want, just picture how it's going to be. Don't picture on about the present and how you are currently, whatever it is that you're not happy about. Again, it's always important to express gratitude all the time, to show that you are grateful for what you already have or what you have already been given in order to get more or reach out for more. But just focus on the end product as if it is already there, as if it is already in your possession, and be grateful for it. And all of these things will start coming to you. But again, you get to make up your own rules. Just because somebody told you that it is going to be so tough, or very few people make it into that school that you're trying for, or that career, or that business, or you're not going to make it, you know, whatever anybody tells you or whatever thoughts have reached into your mind, you get to be the one that chooses what stays and what you won't allow into your mind, what you will not absorb. And if you have absorbed it, you get to decide what to reject back out and start absorbing new information. You make up the rules for what you want in life and how you want it to be. So don't forget that. Let that sink in and never forget it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give this video a thumbs up, as I always say, if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't. And leave any comments below, anything else that you want to talk about, or any comments about this video. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and I will look forward to seeing you on the next video.